I'm back. Yeah. What is up? I just wanted to quickly mention I am sick, so I do apologize if I sound nasally. I look like I've been fucking crying for 3 days straight, like as if my girlfriend just left. Today we're going to be going over finding your style and how you can have a sense of individuality when you dress and how you go about it. A lot of this is just based off my experience, and it's going to be revolving what I usually do, but it happens naturally with everyone. It's just that it's a more self-aware version of how these events do happen. Before I start yapping, I wanted to quickly introduce myself. I'm Zed. I talk a lot about clothes, and I also stream on Twitch, which you can check out at twitch.tv/Zed_co. Feel free to visit and hang out, ask some questions. I don't know, we do a little bit of interesting stuff, as you can see in here. Now, the first point is exposure. When it comes to finding your style, exposure is an important process that happens with everyone. It involves life experiences, going outside, and taking inspiration from the people and the world around you. My experience with getting exposure to fashion is by actually going outside. Heaven forbid I actually had to go and touch grass every now and then. I'd go out to cafes, I'd go out to parks, I'd journal, I'd go out and get coffee, hang out with friends, just go out just to listen to music and just to actually get outside of my decrepit room. Maybe go out and just people watch in general. It's good to take note on how other people dress themselves. And I don't mean by people watching in the sense that you're trying to speed run a restraining order. That would be crazy. But get that inspiration from the experience that you have, and by doing so, going outside does help. Now, the second part of that exposure is going online, and I'd hate to say it, go online. When every year comes around, there are like 100 videos on fashion trends that come out, and it's coming to the point where it's almost like as if it's a fever dream. In doing so, don't copy fashion trends. I want to go on a bit of a fucking venting in general for a second here. Don't copy fashion trends. Don't want you ending up like another one of the clones from Star Wars. Anyone who embodies a fashion trend is the equivalent to the Spider-Man clone meme where they're just pointing at each other. You got to have a sense of individuality. It can be pretty easy to get ideas and inspiration from a fashion trend or a Pinterest board, but when you're replicating the same idea or the trend to a T, then that becomes a little bit of an issue, and you start bordering into fashion NPCs. You want people complimenting you on your style and not complimenting you because you wore an Essentials hoodie. Tangent over. To recap, you can get inspiration online and offline going outside. It's incredibly good for getting you that exposure. Now, the second point to finding your own individual style is buying your items piece by piece. Once you have gotten that exposure, you figured out what you want, how you want to dress yourself, what sort of style you want to sort of emphasize yourself on, then it's time to start buying pieces, items of clothing. Go for it. Take the reins. The only important part to note is don't put all your eggs in one basket and by buying your wardrobe in one entire clothing haul. That's dangerous. It's equivalent to getting your superannuation or your 401k and just going to the casino and putting it all on black. What are you doing? Make sure that you are sort of buying your pieces in increments. It doesn't need to necessarily be one item at a time. You can do bit by bit. It's important to build up your wardrobe and not just sort of airdrop a fucking entire wardrobe in your house. It's not a good idea. What you may find when you buy an entire wardrobe is that not all of your items of clothing really kind of works well together, and you kind of end up wasting some. I mean, I, from personal experience, have bought not even an entire wardrobe, but I have bought select pieces from like in one go, and I have not liked them one bit. I have not even worn them, and that's okay, because buying your items of clothing is a whole trial and error process. What you might see online and think is the gospel of your own style may not be it. there are a lot of factors that come into your own individual style, and you can't necessarily replicate that perfectly by basing it on what you see online or what you see offline. Finding your style comes down to trying and trying again to sort of perfect how you see yourself. Buy a couple of items of clothing, see if they work, see if they don't work, see what you like about them, check the quality, check how they fit on you, and then base it from there. Do you add more to that? Do you swap them out? Do you sell them? Do you get rid of them and do you replace them with something else? That is completely up to you, and you'll find that during your own process of finding your own style. This is not going to end. You're going to have to keep doing this. And this shouldn't be a task where you can hope to find your style immediately. Unfortunately, red flag over here, I wore skinny jeans 2 years ago. I thought that was it. I thought that was my style. Wrong. Completely wrong. I don't even want to, I could go into another Discord vent in general right now about me wearing skinny jeans and my hatred to skinny jeans. But I digress. Finding your style and buying items bit by bit is a process that you will have to take at your own pace. You're not going to find your style overnight, and your style is not going to find you on your first purchase. Rome wasn't built in a day. Neither is your wardrobe. So take some time. It takes patience, and I know a lot of people out there who are chronically online suffer impatience because maybe little TikTok, but be patient. Once you have built up your wardrobe and you're happy, repeat the process, continue to gain that exposure, and then go through the whole cycle of building up your wardrobe again. We're human beings. We're going to evolve. Our little human genes are constantly dying and replicating at the same time. We're changing. Our own opinion on our style and how other styles are, that constantly changes. Again, it's like as if I'm got PTSD, but the skinny jean era that I had, gone. What I thought was it is now not it. I've gone through an evolution of style time and time again, and that's not going to stop now, and it won't ever stop. I'm going to be changing my style constantly, and that is something that you will also do as well. Now, you don't need to take note that your style is changing, because it's going to happen anyway. It's just a subconscious process that we all face. But by being aware that these things do happen, it does help if you are passionate and are wanting to sort of always be in a cycle of learning and improving your style. Go out and experience stuff. I mean, again, it's going to revolve around to the original point that I made. Finding your style is a subconscious process that is based off life experiences and getting inspiration from the people in the world around you. You're always going to be experiencing life unless you're me and you're sick for 3 days. The only thing that I've experienced was getting railed by this cold and flu. Now, in conclusion, you don't have to take this video as gospel. This is hopefully going to be some sort of insight on my experience with finding my own style and where I am today, and how this might actually help you find your style and take those points into consideration. To recap, first point is exposure. Go outside. Second point is buy your clothing in increments. Don't buy them all in one go. And then number 3, repeat the process. I know this 3-step process is pretty vague, and there is much more room to elaborate on and to be able to pinpoint specifics on how finding your style may be able to expand, but hopefully it does help. If you had any other insights, or if you want to add any opinions, feel free to comment them below. I'm happy to read. I love reading, believe it or not. I've got nothing better to do for the next couple of days. Or if you think that you have some opposing opinions, again, comment them below, because I would like to hear your thoughts. That's it for today's video. I'm sorry it took a little bit to make another video. I've got some other videos in the pipeline that I'm hopefully going to fucking start chilling out at some point. But I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video throughout the entirety and putting up with my nasal voice, my post-trauma dump crying face, And I will see you in the next video. Again, check out my Twitch, by the way. Check out my goddamn fucking Twitch, bro. Twitch.tv, Z_code. Mondays and Thursdays, 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. All my socials will be down below. Feel free to check them out as well. Say hey. Say what's up. I'm gonna go and rot in my room again. My name's Zed. See ya.